Four free spirits trek across Central Asia on a caper in the 70s. 30 years later, the three remaining find themselves living through its multi-layered consequences. Hi, Ed Bloxam here. I have an itchy face and need a shave. Before that, I'm going to talk about The Devil's Road to Kathmandu, another audiobook I was very excited to make. So it's a crime novel, a caper novel, but it's a lot more than that, and it's a really interesting read. There are sudden shifts in time, back and forth, and there are disparate story elements. First, when I was reading it for the first time, I thought, why is he doing that? Why is he going there? Why is he going back there? Is this all just padding? It isn't. It all coheres into a spectacular series of continuously upping stakes. If I make the plot sound complicated, it isn't. And that's really helped by Tom Vater's writing, and not a little bit of humour as well. Did Tom travel through Asia? Yes. He's made a career of journeying across the continent and writing about it, talking about the area. Did he take enormous amounts of drugs and get involved in international crime? Probably not, but you'd have to ask him. Does the story come out like a touristy novel? You know, a list of, oh, isn't this beautiful? No, isn't this beautiful? Oh, isn't this beautiful? No, it's not one of those heavy-handed books. In fact, you have to sort of pick up the threads. Every once in a while, you'll get some kind of touristy type snippet here and a little bit here. But of course, that's all in service to the plot itself. It's just, if you like, the decoration. If you like, it's the chocolate sprinklings on the, I don't know what an Afghan cake looks like. If you're wondering whether this plot has character, well, it all becomes intensely, deeply ingrained in personal stakes. Once you've, in, like I said, a neat and interesting fashion, once the characters have been established, without overloading backstory. There's no clumsy backstory where you're listing this happened and this happened and this happened. It all comes through naturally through actions that happen in the present day and occasional reflections. It's not overloading. Everything that you read is relevant and interesting and directly related to the plot. But nevertheless, deeply ingrained with personal stakes, the plot itself. When the story unfolds in the denouement, obviously there is an ending to the book. It's not an eternal book. It does finish. It's actually quite short as well. The chapters are really short. The book's quite short. It's nice to have that kind of efficiency, frankly. So when the denouement unfolds, itself with significant consequences of its own, not just the significant consequences from before, it all builds up. I found it particularly satisfying, all the breadth of all the different stories, all the different happenings that were going on, all the different characters came to a head. Yeah, very satisfying in my personal opinion. So, in summary, it's an international caper where it actually matters what the story is, with a complex web of interlinked plots and characters, which thus presents a deep and personal consequences for those involved, and hopefully for the reader. Look it up. The Devil's Road to Kathmandu by Tom Vater, narrated by Ed Bloxam. Look it up on Audible. You'll also find other crime stories like Counting Crows, recorded by me, and a lot of other stuff too. And that is The Devil's Road to Kathmandu by Tom Vater, narrated by Edmund Bloxam. Thank you for listening or watching. I've been Edmund Bloxam. I will continue to be Edmund Bloxam when I have my shave. Fare thee well.